Uh, I will be listing out five of my favorite books. And again, it's hard to name only five. Um, Let me start with the first book that I ever read in my life. Uh, Coincidentally, it is Sherlock Holmes. And I liked it a lot because when I read that book, it felt like I myself was investigating something. I loved the feeling and I wanted to read all his cases. And later on, growing up, I think Harry Potter made a lot of impact on my life. Even watching the movie and reading about it, her forethought, the thought that she put into making seven books, and the connections between all the seven series and from the first to the last book was just amazing. And so was Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and all these books. And so all fictions have the power to transport you into another life, into an imaginative world where you can literally imagine anything, everything around you, and you get to be whoever you want in the book, and everyone. And I used to love that feeling. And even Ashwin Sanghi's book, the Krishna Ki, the Chanakyas, everything. These are something that I used to read a lot. And so I think later on in my life, I chose to read a lot of self-help books. Um, the first self-help book that I picked up was The Magic of Thinking Big, and how your thinking influences your life, or you should not be afraid to think big. And uh, so yeah, that made me dream a lot bigger than I used to. And later on, the series of I think you all must have read the Secret book series, the Law of Attraction, Magic, and everything. And I truly believe in it, uh, because it says even in the worst of situations, uh, if you look for something positive, you will definitely find. And that's a nice way of living life. And the next book that I would like to name is, I think, Karma by Sadhguru. Um, because we all think karma is more like, okay, you do bad things and you get punished. But instead, he has explained it in a way that for all your actions, you will have some consequences. And that if you keep in mind, then all your actions will change according to the situation, and I think you can live a more fuller, complete life. Um, and with In the same genre, I think even Ramayanam by Dushyant Sridhar. Dushyant Sridhar is a narrator that I follow extensively, and his way of narrating something in a book is something that I really love. And the next book that that I really really love is, it's called Grit. Uh, so we all think for somebody to succeed, they should be extremely talented in life, or they should have some skill that none of us have. But what about all the others who have very average skills, who don't have any special talents? Uh, I used to think about such things a lot, and when I think about, okay, whether people like us, will we even succeed in life? And she gives a pretty good explanation of that statement in her book, where how gritty you are determines how well you can succeed in life. Even after falling down, how often do you get up and persevere the same dream, is very beautifully mentioned in her book. And reading her book motivated me a lot into pursuing something, even if I know that, okay, I might be an average in that field or I might not possess any special talent. Uh, Even after that, if I have to pursue my goal, that book was a big motivation to do so. Yeah, I think that completes 5.